6:41 right now. Good morning. Nonprofits across the region are reporting low volunteer numbers. This includes CASA of Sedgwick County. Photojournalist Nick Kiefer and I sat down with one volunteer who explained in some cases the work can be life-saving.
Unfortunately, they were in the system far too long before they got adopted. Out of what we knew was, could be death, life or death to them.
It was that helplessness Hannah Elder felt watching family members go through the foster care system that led her to volunteer as a CASA.
I've seen a case go through the system without a CASA, and I see this case where I'm appointed to with a CASA, and I think it makes a world of difference to the kids.
A court-appointed special advocate, also called a CASA, are volunteers who move through the court system with children in foster care. They're sometimes the most consistent person in that child's life.
Case managers, other professionals involved in their cases and in their lives, even their placements, sometimes will change month to month, week to week. Just they are experiencing constant transition and change. And so our goal with the CASA volunteer is to have one consistent person that they can know their face and expect them to show up.
That consistency allowing CASA volunteers to really know who they're representing, leading them to make better recommendations for placement and needed services, and monitor the child's situation until the case is released by the courts.
Obviously, if it's something that's not appropriate, it's not necessarily going to get to the courts or to the right people if the child can't speak and tell someone about it. And so a CASA is there to kind of be an extra set of eyes and ears outside of the court system.
To give you an idea of the impact the pandemic has had on CASA volunteer numbers, officials say in 2019 and in 2020, they had about the same number of children to serve, just over 1,000 foster children. In 2019, officials say they had about 120 volunteers. They were able to serve 230 foster children. Fast forward to 2020, officials say those volunteer numbers dropped to 40. They were only able to serve 58 foster children. The time commitment is about 10 to 20 hours a month for at least a year. But for these kids,
any one person can make a lifelong impact on a child.
We can't lose sight of these kids. Just because they're in the system, they're just as important as every other child that has a loving home.
And these stats are pretty interesting. Kids who have a CASA experience less long-term trauma. They do better in school. They're less likely to re-enter the foster care system. And they find permanency an average of 2.5 months sooner than kids who do not have a CASA. That's according to officials. We do have a link to become a CASA and what the basic expectations are online at KSN.com.
Yeah, my name is in the story. I love hearing the story because it means that the kids have someone who's going to advocate for them.
Absolutely. And it's been fun to work with CASAs. I worked with CASAs years ago and sort of reconnect with them. Really all across the country, they're doing work for these foster children, and just in those stats, it's making a difference.
And I know you don't do it for the praise, but I mean, all week long, these Here For You spotlights have been absolutely wonderful.
The fun part has been people reaching out just this week saying, hey, I want you to highlight this story or this nonprofit. So if that's you, reach out to me, let me know.